Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my Facebook Live. It is still August, so we are still talking to accountants and CPAs and the like. So joining me today is Adam Laarsen with Laarsen Associates. Hello, Adam. Adam, you were muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello.
There we go. Hello, Adam. Wonderful. So welcome, Adam. I've known Adam just through a variety of my connections. I host a networking event. I used to be at Top Golf. It's now at Pindustry, and Adam showed up to that. We started talking. We really hit it off. We went out to have a beverage together and decided that, hey, we kind of like each other and our circles kind of cross over a lot. So we started making our circles cross over more and ended up being a fantastic opportunity. So welcome, Adam. Why don't you tell us who you are, where you work, and then you have to answer my very favorite question, which is you have to tell us something not a lot of people know about you.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the easy stuff first so I can let my brain kind of turn through that a little bit. Adam Laarsen, I am the owner and founder of Laarsen Associates. We are a CPA firm focusing on small, medium businesses and the people that own them. That's where the tax rules are written. We also work with individuals and, select other situations, like to be a resource to our people in the mortgage industry, our realtor friends, and everybody else that's out there. Just try to lend a hand when we can. Been doing this for 13 years myself. Went out on my own, or as my mother would say, hung my shingle up last year in July during the pandemic. And so, I'm just happy to be here again. Thank you for having me. To answer your question, something that not everybody knows about me. If you're one of my friends, you know it, but the public at large, especially those who know me as the CPA Adam, don't know that I'm actually a metalhead, and I listen to metal from all over the world, from Norway and Germany and the UK, and there's great stuff that's coming out of Brazil. And so I am a very big metalhead, which is generally not something people would associate with a mild-mannered CPA, if you will.
I love it. CPA by day, metalhead by night.
Yeah, I have a vest and everything. I may wear it to your event tonight at Pindustry just so you can see it.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I would love that so much. Well, Adam, you really are a resource to a lot of people in the real estate industry. So I'm going to ask a very direct question. Usually I do broad questions, but I'm going to ask a very direct question today. And that is one, what the heck is a 1031 exchange? And two, what do you see coming in the future with the 1031s, with Biden's laws and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So a 1031, the basic function of it is to allow you to defer your capital gains from a property. So let's say you bought a property for $300,000 and you don't want to sell it for 500,000, but you'd like to then buy a property that you can buy at 500,000. A 1031 allows you to basically take that $200,000 gain that you have and defer it until you sell that second property. The wonderful thing about it is you can do it multiple times, and obviously there are specific rules to it. So call your tax accountant or somebody that who's done one, and to find out kind of those specifics. But that's really what it is. It's a vehicle that allows you to defer gain on a property. Now, there's rumors going around that the Biden administration is going to get rid of the 1031 exchange. I honestly don't believe that that is feasible. And that's mainly because I believe that there's so much money tied up in 1031 exchanges that Congress wouldn't allow themselves to almost do it. And that's one of the things that I have been asked multiple times of, what do you think is going to happen with this? You used to be able to exchange equipment in the 1031. That has gone out the window back in 2018. So really, it's just property nowadays. I think there's too much money tied up in Congress to really to make it worthwhile for them, the lobbyists, and the money behind it. I just don't see it happening.
Okay. The other, that's interesting. The other question that I wanted to ask was because you decided to start your business in a pandemic. Why? I don't know. I don't even think you probably know. But what was one of your biggest challenges when starting your business on an accounting side, but also on just a business owner side of things?
On the accounting side, I was very fortunate that I went to a firm right out of college that that I'm in my world still. I work small, medium businesses. I'm working Main Street accounting. I'm not working Wall Street accounting, the Coca-Colas and the Amazons of the world. I'm working with your mom and pop pizza shop, or the guy who comes in and does your kitchen at the end of the day. So from an accounting standpoint, I already had that knowledge base, and it wasn't a huge leap. From a business standpoint, oh buddy, that is one that really the biggest challenge was going from an employee mindset to an owner mindset. When I started my own thing, I became my own administrative person. So if you call, I'm picking up the phone. I became, my own salesperson of going out, trying to meet people, get the business in the door, selling myself. And so that was really the biggest change from it. And then the biggest challenge on top of that was really just, okay, I started a business. Now I'm in business. What am I supposed to do? How does this happen? And those were probably the biggest challenges of what I encountered of, starting it. Of one day I wasn't my own boss, and then the next day I had to become my own boss and, tell myself, got to get the work done, but then also having to find the time for everything else that goes into running a business. And yeah, that's the biggest challenge, I would say.
So one of the questions that just popped up in chat I thought was really good. It is, what's one piece of advice you can give to a new business just starting off?
Oh, best piece of advice that I would give to a new: be honest with yourself about your business. If you see something and you have the feeling that something isn't right, something probably isn't right. Stop, think. What's the issue? Is it your sales tactic? Is it your technique? What is it that's the problem? And part of that is, maybe there's not a problem. Part of that honesty is being realistic about your goals. I had set my own personal goal for, my first tax season out on my own. And I had to revise that goal because I wasn't being realistic and honest about what could I actually achieve. One, during a recession; two, during a pandemic. I had to adjust that goal to be more honest with myself. And that led to me being a lot less stressful about my business and a lot happier about the way that things were going. And so that would be the single biggest piece of advice that I could give to a new business owner in any industry.
No, I love that. So then one of the questions that I would have for you is, with all of the technology that exists out there for the accounting software and stuff, why would somebody call you over, say, using their own brand, using their own thing, using QuickBooks or something like that? What separates you? Why are you worth the money, Adam?
So a little bit about my background, and I feel will answer this question, is I did 10 years in the service industry, and I did 3 years at Nordstrom on the sales floor. And really, my service industry background gave me a idea about how to approach my own business being a CPA, which is I'm still in the service industry. There's absolutely nothing that is different from, selling a beer to selling my services. You can go get a beer anywhere you'd like. You become a regular at a bar because you enjoy the service that they give you. You enjoy the camaraderie. When you come to me, you get one, I'm a little bit of a nut. And so, I hear a lot that I'm a CPA that's, kind of personable, which isn't the norm in our industry. And so I understand that. But it also makes it easier to talk to people about their situation. And the way that I approach it is if you are paying me, you should probably understand why you're paying me. And that is generally what I hear is sometimes the most frustration with people is they're like, I don't know what my CPA is actually doing. And I'm like, well, I mean, I like to eat, I'm not, super skinny or anything, but at the same time, you should know why you're paying me. And, in certain situations, I will actually tell people that they should just use TurboTax because they have a W-2. Yeah, am I taking money out of my own pocket? Yeah, but it's better off for the client because you're going to pay me X amount of dollars for a tax return that's fairly simple, or you could pay TurboTax $30 and, what's your time worth essentially? Here's what my time is worth to prepare your tax return, but I'll be honest with you about your stuff because, do you want to pay me? I don't know. I like it, but you don't have to.
That's fantastic. I mean, I will echo that sentiment to my people out there. When I sat down with Adam, it was not I know a lot of accountants. I know a lot of good accountants. Adam is one of them. But Adam is definitely a different breed when it comes to accountants. And that's one of the reasons I asked him to be on here, because I knew that he would bring that energy. He would bring that spark. And you guys all know that I only, I network with a lot of people, but I only associate with people that I can know, like, and trust. And Adam is definitely one of those people. So yeah, Adam, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to add? Anything else that we left out that you want to put in here?
The last thing I would say is this, and I don't generally do predictions about stuff. I know we talked about the 1031, and that was more of an opinion than a prediction. People always ask me what's going to happen with tax rates. And so far, I am batting 10 for 10 in my prediction. Okay. And taxes are going to do one of three things in the future. All right. And again, batting 10 for 10. They're going to go up, they're going to go down, or they're going to stay the same. 10 for 10, batting 100. It's my prediction.
Nice. I love it. Random thought while we're talking here. Have you heard of the bow tie economist, Elliot Eisenberg?
I have not heard of Elliot Eisenberg. When you said bow tie economist, I immediately went to Jeffrey Tucker, who's the author of Bourbon for Breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, bow tie economist Elliot Eisenberg. He says the same thing. He often comes out and does presentations for mortgage brokers, and he says interest rates can do one of three things, and I'm batting 1,000 on it. They can go up, they can go down, and they can stay the same.
Yep.
I love it. That's fantastic.
That's great.
Well, I know that it's been scrolling at the bottom of the screen this whole time, but sometimes I have people that only listen to the Facebook Live. So tell us, where can folks find you? How can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, the easiest way to get a hold of me is definitely by phone. It's 720-588-9600. And then you can go to my website, which is LaarsenAndAssociates.com. Laarsen is spelled a little different. It's Laarsen. There's 9 of us in the world, so if you spell it correctly, you'll get to my website. And you can send information through there, and inquiries onto questions, and I can reply. It goes right into my inbox. So those are the 2 best ways to get a hold of me.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Adam. Thank you for being here and for providing the insight. Absolutely. And to the rest of you, we've got one more accountant coming up next week. And then I've got September and October already planned. So September is going to be all about planning for the future. So we're going to talk about long-term care insurance. We're going to talk about senior citizens living. We've got a cemetery guy coming on. It's going to be real fun. I promise. You'll love it. It's a lot better than I'm making it sound right now. These are very engaging people, and it'll be very interesting to talk to them all about ways you can plan for the future. So that should be super awesome. And then October, I'm hoping to do what I'm calling. You all know I love my puns, so I'm hoping to call it alternative financing. So we're going to talk to if you don't want to get a home loan to do stuff, what are your alternatives, like a car loan or a home equity line of credit or student loans or stuff like that. So October, we should be having those kind of conversations. So should be awesome, should be engaging. If you have any topics you want me to cover, if you just want to reach out to me, you all know how to get a hold of me, 720-575-1999. And interest rates are still really low. And the bow tie economist, Elliot Eisenberg, predicts for the rest of this year, at least, that they should stay that low. So if you haven't refinanced or if you're looking to purchase or something or know somebody who is, send them my way. With that, I'm going to say take care, guys. Bye.